What's up, everybody? I have had quite a few things on my mind, and I've been going through a transformation in my life, and I think that the reason I was called into this journey is because of the things that I've been through, and the things that I've learned, and the things that I'm still learning, so that I can try to help other people on their journey. Now, I wanted to say a few things about the connections that we have in this life, whether it's a soulmate, whether it's a twin flame, whether it's a karmic connection. But there's also some other connections that people aren't talking about, and there are psychic vampires, there are false twin flames, and there's a bunch of shit that people maybe don't know about, and I really didn't pay attention until very recently. Now, I think that some of the things that we attract into our life, whether it's on purpose or subconsciously because of the things that we've been through. Now, I'm going to take myself as an example because I'm not an expert in everybody else's life. I grew up in foster homes, and without going into details, I had this level of abandonment and never really being loved. And that has carried through the rest of my life. So those feelings has affected every relationship that I've had in my life up until now. The type of connections that I've had with people have been extremely toxic, and I can't even blame the other person completely because that's what I was drawing in. That's what I thought that I needed, and I wanted something so bad at the cost of it taking me out with it. When people talk about being on a twin flame journey and then there's narcissistic behaviors or borderline personality disorder or psychotic characteristics or psychopath, this shit is real. There are a lot of people around that use other people, especially the weak. And I'll admit that, no, go in the house. And I'll admit that I was playing the victim as well. But there are people that prey on people like that to get what they want. And they're very good. They're going to come in as Prince Charming, sweet and caring and kind and manipulative and vindictive, and you're not going to see it. I'm thinking back to how the fuck did I not catch on, and to just now be awakened to what I'm actually doing to myself. It has affected my finances. It has affected my health. It has affected every part of my life because of what I let into my life and what I was feeding into and what I thought that I needed and couldn't let go of. Because you're not going to really care. You're going to want love so bad that you want to give this person everything, anything that they wanted. At what cost, though? Because where I'm sitting right now, and compared to where I was a year ago, I don't, because of the way that I think about things, I don't really hold much value in things. And when I have money, I don't mind helping other people, you know? So I think that that's a big part of this. And I would just give and give and give. And when I have nothing, where's everybody that I love so much? Where is this man that I think is my world. When I'm no longer beneficial, where are they? They are sleeping with other women. They are preying on other women who have either been emotionally abused, physically abused, but were broken down to the point where we just want something so bad. We're not loving ourselves enough. We're not paying attention to shit because this is what we think we want. And I don't know, to be honest, if I have a false twin flame, but what I do know is that there have been narcissists, there have been psychopaths in my life, and I had no fucking idea until I'm sitting here. And I have been extremely sick this last year. You know, I've had pneumonia, I've had strep throat, I've had just this surgery with this infection. I mean, I'm even feeling sick again, like I'm getting pneumonia, and it's like, because that's how bad my immune system is shot. There are things that are going to come into our lives and suck every part out of us, and they're going to come in dressed as everything we ever thought we wanted. And my hope for all of you is that you do some research, because I'm not going to tell you it's this or it's that or it's this or it's that, because I don't really even feel like I have enough information to say for sure what this is. I know that I played the victim, though, because I knew. I'm a fucking Scorpio. I knew everything this motherfucker was doing, but I thought that if I loved them and I gave them things, they didn't have to take it, and that they could become who I thought they could be or who I thought they were. There are people that have no conscience for the shit that they do to people, and they'll go from this person to the next, and they are unable to feel bad for the things that they do because they don't have those feelings. They have no emotions at all. So take someone like me, where that's all I am is emotion, and that's all I feel, and I feel things so deeply, and it's like, these people don't, and we can't expect them to, because they really don't have the capacity to. They don't have any emotions. As bad as we want them to, they don't. And the things that I've manifested into my life because of how broken I am and I was, has costed me every part of my life. And now I'm like finally being awakened to the things that I've brought into my life. And I'm not going to say that, you know, it's all their fault, because I'm not going to put all the blame on them. I'm going to take responsibility for the way that I've acted and the things that I knew about, the things I let go on, the people I've let into my life, because I always want to help people. But the thing about other people is some people don't want to be helped, and if you're going to help them, they're going to take it, and they're going to keep taking until there's nothing left. And then they're going to move to the next person, and it's going to kill you, because you thought that if you gave them things, or if you loved them in the right way, they could learn to love themselves. And that's not always true. Now, there have been people in my life that I have put time into at the expense of myself that I think they're better people, but they're not for me, they're better for somebody else. And that's a shitty ass feeling when you do that. And I'm getting to the age where I'm done putting time into people. And the thing about the twin flame is that maybe we're not supposed, some of us will never be with them, because there's going to be somebody who doesn't want to face the things that they've done. They can't face it. And then when you're looking at a mirror image of yourself, you have to see everything that you've done, and most people don't want to see that. They don't want to deal with it. Most people don't have the emotions to do that. They're just going to go to the next thing where they don't have to deal with that. They're going to run. So if you're beating yourself up because you're not with your twin flame, it's probably a good reason you're not, because maybe they're not the people you think that they are, and maybe you're not supposed to be with them. You're supposed to learn how to love yourself. And that's what I need to do, because I am done bringing this shit into my life. And I need to raise my vibration, and I am becoming more aware as the days go on. And I think that it's important for everyone to realize that, because the thing about the false twin flame is they're going to look just like the twin flame, and you're going to have the same connection, but they're the opposite. They're coming from hell to distract you from your purpose on this earth, to be a light worker, to help other people. They're going to come in and they're going to try to stop you. And you're not going to notice, because you are really connected to them and you love them, and you don't understand why you're always hurting, and you just want to be with them. You're always thinking about them and why you can't let them go. Remember where shit comes from, because just as much light as there is in this world, there's dark. And these motherfuckers are smart, and they're going to hit you in every part of your life. And it's going to seem like something good, but the thing I know about love is love does not bring you to this point. If this is unconditional love, it's even, and you are both trying to work on this together, and you're both ascending. It's not give every single part of yourself to someone and be in a hospital bed by yourself, and you're like, you never paid attention. Like, I never paid attention to how sick I was, how much I worked, and how much I depleted myself until I have nothing. And I've been trying to tell people I really don't have much left, and I need to stay away. I need to stay away from people, because mental health is on the border of a lot of demonic shit. And until people awaken themselves and bring themselves into a higher vibration and start to notice and want better for themselves, you're not going to notice. But at the same time, the darkness that walks this earth doesn't want people to ascend. They don't want you to reach your goals. They want you maybe just to feel like you're doing something, but to destroy every part of your life, and then you're just left with nothing. And that makes people commit suicide. That makes people want to give up. That makes people so depressed that you don't even want to get out of bed. You don't even want to leave your house. The only thing that I can say that I know for sure that I can give you advice to do is call on the archangels. Ask them to protect your house. Try to release any energy that stems from your childhood, where there's grief that you never dealt with, because it's going to affect a lot of things in your life. And even if it takes you forever or how many years, you gotta love yourself, because that's the only way someone can truly love you. You're not gonna find true happiness in another person unless you know what it takes to be happy on your own. And that's a lesson it has taken me 32 years to learn. And I hope that other people can too. But do your own research on twin flames, and do your research on false twin flames. And remember that the spiritual warfare that we can't see in other spiritual realms is real. And I think the reason that like these tarot readers, the ones that connect to the other spirits, the reason they're so good at it and they're so true is because the evil shit and the evil things that people think, it's all around you, and that's why they know things, you know. But we have a lot of good, we just can't see it because of all the evil shit that's going on in this world. And it's like there's so much. It's like it feels like it's just taking over. And me personally, it feels like I don't even have faith in humanity anymore. But at the end of the day, I know that there's angels. I know that I'm protected. I know that there's good, but it's just something that isn't really paid attention to, because there's easier to be angry than it is to face the things that make you sad. And me coming into this is like, I've been sitting here in awe the last 2 days, and I'm like, I had no idea what I was playing with. I had no idea that this is what it was. Be careful who you let into your life. Be careful of the things that you think and that you manifest. And remember that we've got some good people on our side. But they don't want us to reach that potential. They don't want us to raise that level of awareness or spirituality, because then we become a threat. And when, especially on the twin flame journey, when you actually take the call into your purpose, they don't want you to actually do it, What I read was that around 2015 there was an increase in the reunions of twin flames, and so the other side, the dark side, is stepping their game up when it comes to manipulation and deceit and depression and all that shit. They're trying to stop this, and they're coming for people like me that try to help other people, and they're probably coming for other people that are sensitive to other people around them. And you gotta think sometimes, when you have never done anything wrong and all you do is try to help people, but you're always sick and you're depressed, and it's because of the things that are trying to suck the life out of you that you don't notice sometimes. So I think it's time to do a little bit more research and educate ourselves and just be aware, because I am a Scorpio. I'm an empath, a psychic, whatever you want to call this shit, and I had no idea. And a part of me still wants to know. Like, I'm just like, now that I know, I kind of want to mess with it a little bit, because that's how we are. We're not afraid of that. And that's why people like me get these attacks, I think, is because we're not afraid of the other side. I'm aware of the other shit that goes on. I just choose to be on this side because I think it's important to try to help people, and that's why I'm here, and I know that. I've known that my whole life. But it's really important to pay attention and understand that we really do need to heal some things and raise our vibrations so that we're not sitting in this depression like a lot of people are in this world. And I just wanted to tell everyone my little story really quick, because I'm on this journey just as much as you are, and I've got a lot to learn, and I'm still healing from some things, but it's time to let go and stop living in the past, stop holding on to hurt, because usually it comes from people that have been hurt themselves, and that has to be their issue. You gotta let people own their own pain, because unless they deal with it and face it on their terms, they're just gonna suck everything out of us, because they're not dealing with their shit. So I hope everyone finds a way to try to deal with their shit. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, I hope everyone has a good weekend. And I love you guys, and I've been kind of a wreck. You know what I mean? But I mean, it's important that I'm always going to be real about this, though, because this is real life. People go through shit. It's not always fucking rainbows and butterflies out here. There's some real shit going on, you know? And it's important to meet people where they're at and to recognize the things around you, you know? Open up your eyes a little bit and see things for what they are, because I've never been able to do that. I'm such a soft ass when I care about people. I'm just like, I always see the good in what they could be, but it's not who they are. And no matter how much time and effort and money and love I put into it, it's going to change that. I don't know. I think that we can have compassion for people and accept them for what they are, but we can't let it control us along with them, because it's never really going to go anywhere. It's just going to be stagnant. There are things that feed off of depression and fear and worry, and they're going to torment your mind. And I know that because I've been through it and I'm still going through it, but you got to recognize the things that bring it in, recognize the things that can take it out. Say a little prayer, people. Have a good weekend.